Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing well. I'm trying to stream to Instagram, but it will not let me for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to proceed forward. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. How are you doing? I hope you guys enjoyed Monday Night Raw. It was quite the thrill ride. But as I am always here saying for all of the people who watch on the regular basis, I was absolutely, without a doubt, correct. Again. Isn't it wonderful? It is. It's so beautiful. Now, see, I called this all the way down to the final members of each War Games match. I told you what was going to happen. I told you. Now, I don't mind the War Games match. It's going to be interesting, but of course, a lot of people are going to be interested in it. I'm more interested in the women's War Games match than I am in the men's, but I'm hoping that both of them are worthwhile. Ignore Lego Goro, that's going to be in it. He doesn't matter. So, he doesn't matter. Let's kick off the show to tell you guys exactly what happened, shall we? John Cena's final Raw happened. Of course, he came out there to a roaring New York crowd at MSG. MSG was packed to the brim. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Stu? Hello, Stu. Okay. MSG was packed to the brim with superstars and fans alike all there to culminate in John Cena's final Raw appearance. And it was one for the ages. You see, John Cena didn't even have the chance to really address MSG. He only got to say thank you to the crowd and, love them for the love they showed on him. But as soon as he got ready to talk, Dirty Dom came out because Dominic Mysterio is angry.
He's angry.
Right. He's in his feelings, love. He's upset because he did not get to keep his Intercontinental Championship. He is upset because he now is without that secondary title. And well, he's just beside himself. He felt like John Cena was unfair. He had the management on his side. He had his crowd, his family there. He was in his hometown. Everything was on his side. And with Mercury being in retrograde, that's just simply not fair to Dominic. Right? Never mind the fact that Dominic Mysterio attempted to cheat almost 3 times during this match and almost won this match via cheating. But, who's counting, right? Who cares about the fairness, right? Anyways, he made it very clear that he wanted a rematch for his championship. And John Cena was like, well, bitch, if you froggy, let's sleep. Let's go. We can fight right now, ho. And then Dominic said, no. You see, you've had it easy. Everything's been handed to you. I don't know why he seems to believe that when he himself is a Nepo baby who's had things handed to him, literally had the North American Championship in NXT handed to him by his mommy, literally has been protected and scapegoated throughout all of his title reigns. Not one of his title reigns has he actually defended without help, except for that AAA Mega Championship once and the Intercontinental Championship once. Even in those titles matches, he's cheated. He's found some kind of way to cheat, except for the AAA Mega Championship. I will give him that. But he's all in his feelings, and he says next week he wants to fight John Cena in his hometown of San Diego, where the odds will be in his favor rather than in John's. So John Cena, of course, being the effervescent IC champion that he is, he accepted said parameters. However, that's when the goons came down, and I'm very confused as to where the fuck was y'all antennas last week when he was getting his ass whooped in front of everybody. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. The man ended up having his title match set for next week in San Diego. So it is going to be Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship. I suspect that John Cena will more than likely drop this title to Dom at Survivor Series. And if he does, fine, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Now, the two goons came down there, and Dominic was basically like, "Now you're not gonna have no match on your last night on Raw. You're gonna get your ass whooped." And basically, they did just that. And then Sheamus came down there, and then Dominic Daddy came down there. Now, Dominic Daddy came down there, and they ended up doing a 6-man tag team match. Wasn't a bad match. It was pretty decent between the 6 men. John Cena and, of course, Sheamus and Ray all were able to win their match. They hit their signature and finisher moves and were able to completely obliterate the competition. So John Cena has the momentum. Don't know how it's going to turn out next week for Dom, but John Cena is not going to be there. Of course, his last Raw was tonight. So here we are. But let us move on. Let us move on, because we were given quite the treat. Solo Sikoa's surprise opponent was someone who did not work for the E, and it happened to be none other than our favorite wanted man, Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler. That's right, Dolph Ziggler returned to Monday Night Raw today in true form, and I'll tell you, it's just like he never left. He came out there and was going swinging on Solo. And quite frankly, I haven't seen anybody speed beat down Solo in a very long time. So it was quite entertaining. I will say this. Solo Sikoa held his own against Dolph Ziggler and was able to best him, and he won his match with no interference from the MFTs. Even though Tala, I think his name is Tala, was there. If I got it wrong, please correct me in the comments. Y'all always do. There was no interference. He ended up winning that match fair and square. So, Solo has advanced, and we'll get to the other match as well. So we have Gunther facing off against Javon Evans. Javon Evans did a beautiful job against Gunther. It was a fun match. It definitely was my top favorite match of the night. I love this match so much. One, because Gunther really helped to give Javon a true showcase of what he could really do against a man who's bigger and stronger than he is. But Gunther didn't undersell, or he didn't, make it look like Javon had no effect on him. He truly gave Javon a true matchup, and I respect him for that. Although Gunther did advance, he ended up winning on a he choked him out, right? Yeah, he put him in a sleeper hold. So Javon was not able to advance, but I'm so proud of my nephew because he did so well in that matchup. I didn't expect him to win, but even though I knew he wouldn't win, I was still waiting for the opportunity for him to win. And there were plenty of them. Javon had Gunther down on multiple occasions, but he did exceptional in that match. So I'm very, very proud of him. And I'm sure Gunther and the rest of the co backstage are super proud of him as well. He did absolutely amazing. I hate that we didn't get to see his interest, though. They robbed us of that. They could have at least given us that. But WWE was like, we got to hurry up because we got shit to do. Now, baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you one blessed thing. When I'm right, goddamn it, I am right. I told y'all what was gonna happen with Maxine and Becky Lynch. I warned you. I warned y'all. Now, some of y'all hoes didn't listen to me. Some of y'all hoes didn't believe me. But I told you what was gonna happen with these two. And bitch, I think they come down to the last what I said. I told you that AJ Lee was the one who was training her. Maxine is your new women's intercontinental champion. And I gotta say, for majority of the match, Maxine did very well against Becky. Becky also put Maxine over, which respect to Becky for that. She was acting like a total jackass all night, coming in there hollering at everybody, mad in her feelings. But baby, listen. When I tell you that everything comes out in the wash, hallelujah. Amen. Everything comes out in the wash. Maxine came out there ready to go, okay? And so did AJ Lee, because she knew that hoe was gonna try some shit. She knew that. So as soon as that bitch threw Maxine out that damn ring and she got ready to take that turnbuckle off, she went out to AJ Lee, said, no, I'm going out there. Music hit, she comes skipping down the damn way, and she just standing there stunned, shocked. Maxine said, let me get on this top turnbuckle. Got on the top turnbuckle, crossbodied the shit out of Becky and got the belt, and then she ran her ass up out of there. She got her ass up out of there, Jerry. I gotta get up out of here. She was gone. She was gone. Maxine is the women's intercontinental champion. Let me say it again. Maxine Dupree is the women's intercontinental champion. That lady worked hard. She earned it. I'm proud of her. I am so proud of her. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Nicole always get me together. You couldn't let me just say it. She said, I told you, sir. Period. Got her all the way together. I'm so proud of Maxine. I don't know what to do. Jessica told her. Jessica said, get your ass out my face and focus on this match. I'm the referee. Get out of my face. She lucky because I'd have slapped the shit out of a bitch. Get your stuff back in your place before you get knocked the fuck out, ho. Okay? Stop playing with me. Don't let this motherfucking ref uniform fool you. I will knock your ass out. Because you know you can't fight. Shit. You know you can't fight, bitch. She got her ass out of there, Kayla. I'm so proud of her. I don't know what to do. Yes, she did. But anyways, as the show progressed, things got a little bit more interesting. You see, Charlotte last week shocked the world when she just basically walked out on the War Games team. And everybody was trying to figure out what the fuck is going through Charlotte's mind for her to just walk out on her teammate and walk out on people that she really need to be teaming with, because baby, the shit is hitting the fan. Well, as things progressed, we find out that, what's her name? Bliss been calling Charlotte all week. She said your ass been all over the internet gallivanting and shit, taking pictures. She said she was frolicking.
Thank you.
She said she
frolicking. You use right term.
Bitch, she said she was frolicking. She said she was frolicking through New York City. She said she was frolicking through New York City and not answering her fucking phone calls. And she said, I never thought that you would turn your back on me, the one person who has been there for you, who has trusted you. She said, everybody told me not to trust you. Don't listen to what she's saying because she's going to turn her back on you. And I didn't do it. I listened to my heart and I knew the type of person that you were because I know you. And she was like, well, Charlotte, you're going to have to prove me wrong. And so the team came out there. First, Oscar asked Bailey to be on her team. Bailey declined. And Oscar come out there taunting Bliss because she ain't got no friends out there. And then tired ass Naya in the back talking about you come out here with your glitter pants on, begging for people to be your friend. She was like, as your former best friend, I'm gonna tell you, you just need a good old ass whooping. And I was like, girl, read the room. You gotta understand, when you get older and you have babies, you need sparkle in your life. That's why you wear sparkly things. Okay, you need sparkle. You need sunshine, glitteries. Okay, you need that. Now, I said something in my video that y'all probably not gonna like, but I don't give a damn. I said what I said. Word on the curve is that she can't keep no man, and Naya know that. Talk about that lady pants like that. She had the camera in her face, and Lexi said, listen, you and I supposed to be cool. You out here running around here in New York City, not answering my phone calls, not answering my texts. We supposed to be peoples. Like, what are you doing? That's when the girls came down there, and then Naya came out there with her tired ass promo talking about you ain't got no friends. I'm like, the only friend you got is Lash, and that's because you beat her ass so she could be your friend. Let's keep it all the way real. That lady is going through Stockholm syndrome. She don't know no better. She does not know no better. Okay? Now, all four of them circled the ring. And everybody out there. Now, for whatever reason, Rhea and Io was able to come down there on time today. Because last week they came out there after they done lost the damn titles and everybody was getting their ass whooped. Makes no sense, but what the fuck ever. Now, as they was coming down there, they all went down there and decided to stand in solidarity with Bliss because they got their ass whooped last week on Friday Night SmackDown. And when I tell you last week, forearm punching the shit out of people, she told Alexa Bliss face up. Okay? She hit that lady hard. Now, as she was beating up on Bliss and they got ready to go beat up on her again, baby, that music hit for Charlotte and she came down there with her War Games fit on and she and she had her kendo stick and took them out, baby. Took them out. You hear me? Just beat the hell out of them. And I said, okay, Charlotte, period. Okay. You was ready. You was ready. So this was a little ruse. Was this a little ruse, a little ploy? Now, what we come to find out is later on in the day, after Maxine won her title and her boys came to get her so they can go celebrate. That Jackie asked AJ Lee if she was gonna stick around, and AJ said, I actually came back only to help my husband because he needed my help. But Becky Lynch lights a fire in me. She makes me feel things. So maybe I will. And then that's when Big Mommy walked up and she was like, what's up, sis? I need to talk to you. Come holler at me right quick. Come holler at me right quick. Come on, come talk to me. Talk to me. Now, you know, Oscar and them gonna go get Becky Lynch. So War Games teams have been set. It's gonna be Bekala, Oscar, Kyrie Sane, Lash Legend, and punk ass Nia Jax facing off against AJ Lee, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Okay. Now they may get if something happened to somebody on the squad, it may be Bailey that take that slot. You never know. But Rhea Bloody Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and then you have Alexa Bliss. Okay. So we got the 505 traditional War Games match set up for both teams. And when I say both teams, I mean both teams. Today, we found out who the 5th members are going to be for both War Games matches. And, well, it didn't take long for us to figure out that Roman Reigns is the 5th member on CM Punk's side. And, of course, Lego Goro is the 5th member on Paul Heyman's side. Now, on Paul's side, it is incredibly stacked with really big men. You've got Drew McIntyre, you've got Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and you've got Lego Goro. All of these men collectively are probably over 1,000 pounds together. Okay, and then you got punk ass Logan Paul. He's your high flyer, the one who's going to take all the risks. On the other side, you have guys like Jimmy and Jay Uso who are going to be the ones to take all the risks. Now, the last time they did War Games, Jimmy broke his leg, and if I recall, he broke his leg, and then Bronson Reed broke both his ankles, if I remember correctly. It was either one ankle or both of them. So they're going to have to do, not be a part of the high flying brigade this year because they're going to kill each other if they do. However, I warned y'all about this Survivor Series match. I told you. So, listen. The ending of this show ended like this. Paul Heyman came out there and claimed this was the greatest assembly of superstars and talent for any War Games match. I beg to fucking differ. I guarantee you one of them War Games matches with Undisputed Era is a better matchup than what we're seeing right here. This is just a very star-studded War Games match. But I don't think it's going to be any better than what we've seen in the last couple of years from War Games. Now, he claims that he's assembled the greatest War Games team in the War Games match history. And as he's talking, CM Punk comes out, Jey Uso and Jimmy come out, and then Cody Rhodes come out. They surround the ring and they go in there and they get shit popping. As they are fighting and as CM Punk is getting ready to beat down Logan Paul, that is when Lego Goro's music hits. And that is when all hell breaks loose because everybody gets laid the fuck out. Everybody. CM Punk gets his whole mouth torn out by Lego Goro. And as Cody tried to come in and go up against him, he also got his shit rocked. Okay? And that's when OTC1's music hit. And he comes down there. Now, you looking at Brock Lesnar and you looking at Roman. Roman's a big dude. Okay? But Brock Lesnar got him by at least 20 pounds. I'm sure of it. Okay? But sometimes size does not matter. Sometimes. And in this case, it did not matter. Brock Lesnar was laid the fuck out by that Superman punch. That man got blown back. Do you hear me? Roman hit that shit so smooth, and Brock Lesnar's ass fell back and rolled through the ropes. I said, God damn, what the fuck? Then the police came in there. Well, we thought was the police.
Roadies who were dressed like police.
Them motherfucking police came in there. All hell break loose. We saw kendo sticks choking at people. Niggas was getting super kicked on the other side. Then Roman speared the shit out of Bronson Reed. Speared him, the cops. Everybody was laid out. It was a fucking massacre.
CM Punk and Roman both said, fuck the police.
They tore them damn policemen up.
Full blown assault in front of the cops.
Them po cops. Oh, he said, I told y'all Brock Musty ass was gonna be. We knew, baby. We knew. Not Roman going to jail. I think both heel teams will win War Games this year, especially for the women's side. If you think that they're gonna have AJ Lee in a War Games match and not let her win her first War Games match, you are smoking crack. You are smoking crack. Smoking crack. Roman is going to jail. He said, never mind. All of them going to jail. All of them going to jail. Roman just speared the cops through the damn barricade. CM Punk literally committed assault in front of them cops by choking that boy out like that. Okay, that is felonious assault because he could have killed him. If I was a cop, I'd be arresting everybody. Get them all in cuffs. They all going downtown. Everybody. Everybody going to jail. Hey man, the popo met the barricade. Not they met the barricade. If AJ is in it, the faces will win, which is unfortunate because they've won every War Games match since its inception. If they give it to the heels, okay, but Nia Jax got to do better because if she's gonna, well, no, that's not true.
You know what? You know why the heels is with the faces win all the time? This is fucking makeup. When it was only in NXT,
yeah,
goddamn Undisputed Era won it every fucking time.
Well, no, the guy, no, because the women's War Games match started after that, and the first War Games, the heels won for NXT, and then when it was in NXT, when Mandy and them was in War Games that year, which that one was terrible. That was worse than the other War Games matches we saw on the main roster. But Mandy and them won that War Games match, if I recall. But when it got to the main roster, oh shit, War Games. Because I don't remember. Because Nicole might be right. She might be right about that. Hold on, because I'm going to look it up. Let's see. Wikipedia has everything. It's fucking crazy how much information is in Wikipedia. Okay. So, the first women's War Games match was in, 2022? For the main roster? So Blair, Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky beat Damage Control and Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross. Blair, Flair, Shotzi, and Becky beat Damage Control again the following year. And then Belair, Bailey, Naomi, Rhea, and Io Sky beat Judgment Day in last year. So, yep, Nicole's right. There's been no heel team on the women's side to win. To be honest, it lent more to the storyline for these in this time frame for them to win. They had been getting beat down this whole time. All of the faces had leading up to War Games. They had been getting beat down. So Nicole's right. She's right. It did have Candace on it. You did. She said only one heel team won once into NXT. I swear that wait. So who won for the NXT War Games when they did Team 2.0 versus Black and Gold? Hold on, because I feel like Mandy and them won that match. Hold on. No, they didn't. Cora Jade and them won that match. Now, why do I remember it as Toxic Attraction won? That was the same year they had that hair versus hair match. Oh, I miss Cameron Grimes. UE only won once? Oh. I'm talking about the women. Bunch of heel war games. For the men, a bunch of heel men won the war games. That it's been very flip-floppy. It depends on the story. That was Candace's second win with EO on it. In my Oprah voice, you go to jail. You go to jail. Everybody go to jail. Hey, Tirsa. Was that the same match where Mandy had 5 different hairstyles during that match, or was that Elimination Chamber? It was Elimination Chamber when she lost that ponytail. I don't care what nobody say. That still was one of my favorite matches ever. That Elimination Chamber ate down. But yes, Cora and them won that match. I did not know that they did. I swear that Toxic Attraction won that fucking match. Dang, not me remembering shit. Messy boots. That was Elimination Chamber. Yeah, it was. It was. It was so good. She threw herself off the cage and separated her shoulder. Yeah, Cora Jade did well in that match, but I just was like, damn. There's been no heel team to win. To be honest with you, Nicole, like, given the setup of this War Games, like, if the story lent some credibility to it, I would be okay with it. The only thing that I would like about it is that Lash Legend got the W, you know what I'm saying, on her first official PLE as a main roster wrestler for WWE. She got the W. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I would care about. Everything else, fuck it all to hell. Because it's unnecessary. But I've noticed that, like, when you're looking at all of the War Games match, like Nicole was right the last time we talked about it, it's like they circle around the same women to be in this match. Some iteration of Becky, Charlotte, Io, Rhea, and Asuka, and Bailey. They always find some kind of way to circle around these same women, you know what I'm saying, in these matches. And I don't know. The storyline lends to the War Game, so I'm not mad about it. But I will put it this way: if Asuka and Kairi Sane did not take the tag team titles from Bliss and Charlotte, then I would say you got a point. But because they don't already got the damn titles, and I feel like they jumped the gun by giving them the titles. Like I said before, they should have had them lose the titles by interference from Lash, not lose the titles, but have an interference, making a disqualification, and then let them revisit having them tag team titles defended and then drop the titles. That would have been different because you would have already lost at War Games. So technically, you would have been able to double back to Kyrie and Asuka getting those tag team titles. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Am I clear for y'all? Because sometimes when I talk, I'm talking in circles, and I feel like nobody understands me except for my husband. He's the only one. He's the only one who gets me. He's the only one who would be like, babe, I understand you. Don't worry about it. Don't explain it no more. You're good. My brain. That was the worst war game. So it was so bad. That Toxic Attraction one against Cora and them was terrible. It was horrible. Yeah, it was the last one in NXT. I would have lash pit AJ just for shits and gigs. See, this is why you don't work there. This is why. The last person that got the win unexpectedly was Raquel. Yeah, I remember that. Kabuki Warriors did not need them damn belts. That's what I was saying. I didn't think they needed them either. And I was pretty pissed off that they dropped them titles to them. Right. Same. Or Asuka and Kyrie could have stole the titles and did they person count. Like, they could have did anything. Like, I just felt like giving them the titles was a bit presumptuous. It was a bit presumptuous. You know what I'm saying? Hunter always doing that shit. Yeah. Like Charlotte and Alexa just broke a record. They did. 1 to 2 weeks before the show, a title changes for no damn reason. I know that's the only, like, having Becky drop her title makes sense. That makes sense. But I felt like going after Charlotte and Bliss was not necessary. It just was completely unnecessary. He said, I want problems always. Shut up, Rico. So, I hope y'all enjoyed Monday Night Raw because it was a banger, as Sheamus says. It was great matches, great storytelling all the way through. And, of course, if you love John Cena as much as I do, it was a little bit of a tearjerker moment because this is the last time that man is ever going to be seen on any branded television show for WWE outside of the PLE Survivor Series and, of course, outside of his final match at Saturday Night Main Event. The only thing that I'm disappointed in is that WWE did not allow any new people to advance as of lately. I really wished and hoped for Javon to advance against Gunther, not because I didn't want him to get beat, but because it would have given you a fresh opening going into the quarterfinals, and having some new blood out there would have been interesting to see who's going to be able to get that momentum push that John Cena got. And it just makes sense to give it to a new guy rather than give it to somebody who's already had multiple titles. They've already been tag team champion, main champion. They've already done everything that you can do, and they literally are just there to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm disappointed in how many people and the men that were chosen to be in this tournament. I'm disappointed in that. However, I can't control it, so it is what it is. I'm hoping Carmelo Hayes beats Bronson Reed this coming Friday because, to be honest, out of everybody in this tournament, I feel that he is the one who needs it and deserves it the most. I would stay serving the girls. No, you wouldn't. You would be one of the most dastardly and evil producers. Between you and Nicole and Don, we would never have faces win anything. I'm going to save my John Cena tears on Saturday Night Main Event. I cry about everything. I cry about everything. But I love John Cena. John Cena was my favorite wrestler in the 2000s. He was my guy. I had, like I told y'all, I had posters of him in every house that I lived in. I had a poster of John Cena. He was my everything. So to know that my favorite is hanging up the boots, and I understand why he's hanging up the boots, and I'm glad he gets to do it his way. It's just, it hurts. It hurts to see your favorite retire, and it just breaks my heart a little bit. It just breaks my heart. Yes, you would. They would never win. Nar, I can thrive in face activities. No, you can't. You cannot. You cannot. I would have y'all on the edge of y'all seats. Same tip, same period. Because I stand by the fact that Shayna could have been a good face if they had booked her right. I think Shayna could have been great if they just booked her right. Face or heel, didn't matter. every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I can definitely thrive in face activity. Okay. Anywhoosies. Listen. Tomorrow is NXT Gold Rush, and the matches are as follows. NXT Gold Rush is scheduled to have Blake Monroe face off against the challenger, none other than the former champion, Sol Ruka. If Sol Ruka is cleared and ready to go, she will be facing off against the woman from hell and not Blake Monroe, which is very dangerous territory. The woman from hell is a totally different beast. Mariah May is not just for the faint of heart. She is a very brutal, precise style wrestler. She attacks with precision. And with Sol Ruka having a glaring target on her knee, I do not see this working out good for her. I hope that it does, but at the same time, I have a strong suspicion that they're going to end up putting Sol on the show for good. Then you've got the tag team champions. AAA has mixed tag team titles, and they beat Mr. Iguana and La Hedra, I think that's her name, for the mixed tag team titles. And of course, Chelsea and Ethan are both double champs, and they have two new opponents in none other than Say His Name and He Appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. And of course, Thea. We believe in Thea too. These two have decided to challenge the mixed tag team champions to a match. They're going to be competing for those AAA mixed tag team championships. Do I think they will win those titles? No, I don't think they will. I think that the next time that we see the AAA tag team titles change hands again, it's going to be going back to Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice, not La Hedra. Because she's gone. She's decided to leave Mr. Iguana alone. So we shall see. If Joe and Thea wins, I'll be happy for both of them. This will be Thea's first title in WWE and Joe's first title in WWE. So it'll be very interesting. But I believe that those titles are going to go back to Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Then we have this match. The tag team match. You've got Osiris and you have Dion facing off against Leon Slater and Javon Evans. I'm going to be honest with you. This is no guarantee that Javon and Leon Slater are going to get these tag titles. I want the tag titles to stay in Dark State so that OTM can beat the brakes off of them niggas and take the championships. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Shawn Michaels is going to make Dark State drop those titles to Slater and Javon and have them keep them for a short amount of time, only for OTM to be able to get those titles probably at the next PLE. Maybe not deadline, but maybe the next one after. But I have a sneaking suspicion that those titles are going to go to OTM off of Leon Slater and Javon Evans' backs, not off of Dark State, which I think is a huge mistake. I think they should drop them, let Dark State take the ass whooping, especially since Javon Evans just went through what he went through today. I know the reward of possibly being tag team champion tomorrow is sweet, but at the same time, the type of shit that OTM is on, listen, I want Dark State to get that ass whooping, not Slater and Evans. That's all I'm saying. Now, am I selfish? Yes. Am I biased for my nephews? Yes, I am. I can admit that 1000%. Do I always say what's right? No, I say what I want. Not what I think is right or what should happen. 90% of the time I'm gonna say what I want to happen. And I can really admit that. I'm a woman of my word. With a fresh contract, yeah. I love how they tied in AAA. Yeah, I just wish we saw them a tad bit more. But I understand because don't they film in one place? I want to say they film in Mexico a lot, but I'm not sure. I prefer it that way, yeah. And they better fucking win. Girl, know what this is? Yes, you are. Kiss my ass, dog. Because that don't make a lick of sense. Listen to me. I do not want Javon Evans and Leon Slater to have to go up against OTM and drop them titles to OTM. That's not a loss that they deserve. But Dark State definitely deserved that loss and definitely deserved that ass whooping. Okay, that don't make sense. That make perfect sense. Since when does that not make sense? Dark State been terrorizing everybody in that locker room for months. They've been acting like they run the motherfucking locker room. Like nobody has any sense of being able to take them out. And you got Nima and Brocco running around there looking like two of them put together. Yes, I want them to whip. I want them to drop the titles to OTM and not to Slater and Evans. I understand that they could get the titles and all that stuff, but I see where this is going. I see where it's going. I see where this is going. I'm just saying. It's the win that OTM deserves. Yes, but not off Javon Evans and Leon Slater, baby. Make Dark State eat that ass whooping. Make them get it. Dark State can still get their asses beat by the young OGs and change. In charge, sorry. Ugh. Yeah, but I don't want to see Javon Evans and Leon Slater get beat up by OTM later on down the line. I don't want to see that. They can do a triple threat tag team match. Boo! I don't want to see that either. Oh God. I would say it changed now. I can't. Listen, I don't have no damn glasses on, so I'm reading it as it come in, and whatever come to mind is what it come out. Y'all gonna have to deal with it and leave me the hell alone. Tatum Paxley is putting her NXT championship on the line at Gold Rush tomorrow against former champion JC Jane. Now, in my opinion, Tatum need to be her. This need to be over, and then Izzy need to turn on her because obviously Izzy jealous that she got this title and she couldn't get it. She did all the work, did all the recruiting. I built this and everything else, and then here you come benefiting from the group, and you get the title, and I'm the one. Nope. So either Izzy gonna cost her that title. Oh shit, that hurt. Ooh, that was painful. She either gonna cost her the title or she gonna beat her up after she wins against JC Jane. Either way, something gonna go down. Oh, she big bad. I want to see. I don't want that because the last time it was a fatal 4-way, OTM lost. Thank you, and did. And they were on the same shit they were in last time. Well, I'm telling you. She said Izzy is pissy mad. Oh, she mad. Fair enough. You know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't your time, sis. You gotta wait your turn. Right now, these are the matches for NXT Gold Rush for this week. Now, from what AJ told me, they are doing 2 weeks for Gold Rush. And next week is going to be the final week for Gold Rush. And that's probably going to be the match that we have Ricky Saints going back up against Obafemi again. They are beating the brakes off of Ricky. Ricky been getting his ass whooped. Ricky ain't had a chance to breathe as champion. Oba was cruising as champion. He would have his little matches, and then he would take his nice little breaks, and sometimes he wouldn't be on the show this week. He was cruising as champion. Do you hear me? Ricky ain't had a chance to breathe. As soon as he got the title, he was getting his ass whooped on the daily. Now, shit, at some point, You gotta let Ricky have a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let him bask in his ambiance a little bit. You know what I mean? But y'all, I have to say that Uncle Trip did a beautiful job at booking Monday Night Raw this week. It was fun. It was energetic. It was interesting. It was amazing. Loved it. And y'all know Shawn Michaels books a good show almost every week. He rarely misses. He rarely misses. It's that damn trick that don't trick. So I was shut up, baby. So I was thoroughly entertained. I hope that y'all were too. So we are going to go over NXT Gold Rush on Wednesday. We will talk about predictions for Survivor Series because currently the match card is booked. It is set and ready to go. These matches were added last minute. I omitted the bitch with the red lipstick because they ain't even let Stephanie say nothing. That hoe came out there and attacked her and told her she gonna give her a title match because of everything she did for the division. Girl, fuck you and that coochie you got. Fuck all that. Nobody want to hear that shit. You don't deserve something just because you did. We don't give a fuck about none of that. You could have just asked that girl for the title shot. She probably would have gave it to you. But first you had to go get your hair and put all them heavy ass extensions in there. Because you was looking real thin when you came out there. And then you had to go make sure that your lipstick wasn't raggedy and shit today. You had to make sure it was on straight. Because last week it looked like you was back there giving up top. And then you had to make sure you put on the right drawers this week because them coochie cutters had the coochie hot, didn't they? You was a little bit more exposed last week, wasn't you? So you had to go ahead and put on the right ones this week. The ones that was just a little bit more modest, that looked like the panty granny drawers. You had to put them bitches on, make sure you were straight with them tight ass dunks you keep wearing when you come out there and your backwards hat. Ugh. I hate you. I hate you, you raggedy bitch. I hate you guts. You are the scum between my doors. Can't stand that bitch. I don't like her. She makes me so mad. You raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch. Oh. She said, no, that shit was funny. I said, Nikki, come harder. We're not buying. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. He said, I'm screaming. It did look like that. It did. Shit. Lying ass bitch. Came out there looking like you was out there just slobbing on knobs. What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with your lips? What is going on? Hair was heavy as shit. Nobody layered the shit. You was like, just give me all the pieces you got, bitch. I got to go. Ugh. Ugh, you just a tacky old bitch. Anyway, she demanded a match with Stephanie, and Stephanie gave it to her. I wouldn't have gave that bitch nothing. She would have had to make me sign that shit in blood before I gave that bitch a match. You don't demand nothing from me, ho. Not a damn thing. I don't give a fuck what you did. Okay? I don't care who you fucked or what you did to get what you got. Bitch, I don't care. You coming in my motherfucking house now. I own the house. The house has been given to me. Don't be mad because you aged out, bitch. Don't be mad at me. I just came in and took your slot. I slipped right in that bitch too. It's comfortable. I got lots of room. I might not because this ass don't always fit, sometimes this ass take up a lot of room, bitch. So I have to kind Anyways, she nicer than me. She is nicer than me. Her hair has never been layered correctly. So no, I don't say it never been layered correctly. I never say that. Nikki Bella hair used to be laid right. Out of all of the girls that used to have extensions in the WWE, especially during her peak time, her hair was always laid right. Her and her sisters. I will give them that. Like, no, even as a heel, it wasn't super thin. The only time it was thin is when like they first got there and they was like doing escorting and stuff, or they would be like with the celebrities and stuff. But like when they got into their stride and they really start making cash, start making money, them bitches was on it. They had their hair right. They had their hair right. I will give them that. I will give them that. They was laid. Okay. Out of all of the girls, and I'm not even trying to be funny, out of all of the girls, it was them, AJ Lee, who had good hair. Who else got good hair? Who else had good hair during that time? Because you had AJ Lee, the Bellas, you had Eve Marie. Eva had good hair. She had good hair. Before that time when they was like OGs like Diva Steel. Naomi always had good hair. You right. What's his face? What is her name? God. Layla had good hair. Eve had good hair. Who else? Beth did have good hair. What's her name? Lake Cool. The girl from Lake Cool. What's her name? Layla. Oh, going back further, like OG. What is her name? Layla. Mickey had decent hair. Lita and Trish both had good hair. New era, old era, present era. Them hoes ain't never slipped. Yeah. I'm just saying. She came out there looking, it was very heavy and blunt. I was like, damn. Ivory had good hair. Ivory had good hair. And so did before they made her color it blonde. Oh shit. When she was part of the hurricane. What was her damn name? Cameron had good hair. She was rocking that blonde. Cameron's hair was not good. Molly Holly, yeah. Before Molly Holly got really, really super blonde, like when she went back to being a brunette and they let her cut her hair short, that lady had a good pixie. She had a good pixie. When she was in Right to Censor, she was tearing people up. She had a good pixie. Cameron had that same hairstyle that fucking Mercedes used to have back in the day in NXT, where her real hair was at the top and then they put the extensions on the bottom and did it didn't buy 14, 16, 18, 20. They just bought the 20 and the 18 and just put them down. Baby. Melina had good hair. I'll give Melina good hair. I like Carmella's hair. I loved when Carmella was able to go to brunette. I hated when they made her go back blonde, especially during the pandemic when they gave her that busted ass wig. Oh, I hated it. I hated it so much. Nah, Cameron's hair was worse than that. Because that was the thing in 2013 and 2016. It was terrible. It looked horrible. I don't know who approved it, but it was shitty. Any whoosies. Red Lipstick Bandit is going up against Stephanie Vaquer. So hopefully Stephanie beat her ass and get her with the devil's kiss. That's probably gonna help smear her lipstick this time, so she don't have to look a damn mess. And we got a traditional 5-on-5 war games this time. They did not go with a 4-on-4, which is what they did a few years ago, right? Right? Am I wrong? Why am I remembering this wrong? Let me look it up. No, they went 5-on-5. Why do I feel like they went 4-on-4 one year? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because they did. When they did Survivor Series in November of 2023, the women had 4-on-4. It was Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch going against Damage Control. And then it was Seth, Cody, Jay, Randy, and Sami Zayn. They did 5-on-5 for the men going into War Games with Judgment Day. And then they went back to 5-on-5 in 2024 when they did War Games. Okay. I believe it's been 5-on-5 because one year Dakota left, and then I believe Tegan got taken out. Right. I was talking about main roster because one year they did do 4-on-4, and that was in 2023 when they went to Illinois, and that's when not Roman, but that's when Punk came back. It was when they was in Chicago, and that big match that had Cody, Seth, Jey Uso, Sammy, and then they was waiting on Randy to come back. Randy came back, but right after the match was over, that was when Punk's music hit. That same night, the opening match for War Games was the women, and it was Shotzi, Becky, Charlotte, and Bianca going up against Damage Control, and it was Bayley, Asuka, Io, and Kairi Sane. They did 4-on-4 that year. And that's why I kept thinking they was going to do 4-on-4 this year. Then I believe Team got taken out. Was it JD? No. No, that was the year they went up against Damage Control. NXT all was 4-on-4. Yeah, I've been watching the stream of all the War Games. Yeah. In NXT, it was all 4-on-4. Except for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, in NXT, it was 4-on-4 for the entire War Games setup from 2021 all the way back to 2017. Undisputed Era was in every version of NXT for the men from 2017 to 2020. Undisputed Era was in there. So we had NXT TakeOver War Games 2017. They were in Texas at the Toyota Center. It was Undisputed Era versus Sanity versus Authors of Pain. This was the first time they ever did War Games, and this was a tag team War Games, which I wish they would do one tag team War Games for the main roster because we haven't had one since they did this one. Authors of Pain had Roderick Strong on their side with Akam and Razor. Sanity had Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane. And Undisputed Era had Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Like, it was a bunch of people in that War Games match. That War Games match was crazy. 3, 6, 9. So it was almost 10 people in that match. Anyway. For 2018, it was Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders versus Undisputed Era. And this time, Roderick Strong was a part of Undisputed Era with Cole, Strong, O'Reilly, and Fish. And then that was the first time the women's War Games match happened that following year in 2019. And it had Ripley, Candice LeRae, Tegan Knox, and Dakota Kai. And they went up against Team Baszler with Bianca, Kaylee Ray, and Io Shirai. That match, I remember Team Ripley won because they were down a man. Dakota did not come in that match. No, Tegan didn't come in that match because Tegan ended up getting beat up by Dakota. And if I recall, Dakota left that match too. Am I right?
Turned on Tegan and did.
Right, she didn't compete. I was damn they on their ass, bro. On your ass, bro. Whole time I was giving up the ass. No. Wild ass statement. I forgot about that one. Way too many people in that ring. That was the very first War Games match for NXT. The very first one. It was so busy. They were down to, yeah. So both of them did leave. Okay. Nicole said that was the match that she went to. The Chicago one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they were in Rosemont. That was when Candice LeRae and Rhea Ripley had to basically win that match by themselves. Shayna, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair and Kaylee Ray, they got their asses whooped. That match was different. I remember watching that match. Shirai put that match on for me. And I remember watching that match because the men's match was Team Ciampa versus Undisputed Era. It was Tommaso, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and then Kevin Owens came in to fill in for somebody. Somebody had got beat up and taken out of this match. They needed a fourth, and Kevin had came back to NXT to be in War Games because they didn't have a War Games match
when he was there.
And he wanted to be there.
And then when it did happen, when he was there, he was hurt and he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Who did he take? Whose slot did he take?
I can't remember.
Was it Pete?
It might have been Pete.
She said, "Fizz down, smoked this machine, almost killed my section." I remember that. Nicole, was it Pete that was supposed to compete in that match? Oh, it was supposed to be Riddle.
Yeah.
Oh. Kayla said it was supposed to be Matt Riddle, but he faced Finn Balor instead that year. Matt Riddle was a bitch ass nigga for that. Everyone was coughing for almost 10 minutes, child. Yeah, it was Riddle. It was supposed to be Riddle. Okay. Then we go to War Games 2020 when they were inside the Performance Center. This is when everything was shut down. December 6th, Candice LeRae had a team. It was Candice, Dakota Kai, Raquel, and Toni Storm. Wasn't Candice like tag team champion then? Or trying to get the championships? Because I swear Raquel got the pin in this match. Did she not?
Can't remember.
I swear she got the pin in this match. Because I remember this War Games match. This War Games match was actually kind of fun. Because Candice was walking around with Indy during that time. Not yet. Indy ended up helping. Like if I remember, she put a kendo stick through the gate or gave her brass knuckles. She did something. And that kicked off their partnership. If I can recall, she was a heel then. She was. But Dakota and Raquel were like a team then. Candice hadn't teamed up with Indy yet, but it was coming. And I remember, I think she beat Io, and that's how she got. Yes, Don is correct. Because Io was in the middle between the two rings. Fucking Raquel pinned her in between the two rings with that what they call it. They got a special name for the damn pin. It's some type of lynch pin, something like that. But she had Io folded. She folded Io and pinned her, and that's how she got to be able to get that title shot. She was a heel then. Was it the Tejana Bomb? I don't know. No, I don't think it was the Tejana Bomb. I don't want to say that's what it was because I know what the Tejana Bomb looks like. In the middle of that ring, those ring ropes are not big enough for her to do the Tejana Bomb. It was not a Tejana bomb. It was a power bomb. She power bombed her in between the ring ropes on that metal plate and pinned her right there. Match was over. It was a power bomb. It wasn't a Tejana bomb. For the men, though, it was Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, it was Roderick Strong, Cole, O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. They were going up against Team McAfee. It was Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan in that match that time. Cole and them were the faces in that match. And if I recall, they won that match. That was the last time Undisputed Era was in War Games. Because after that, the world opened back up. Adam Cole was being brought up to the main roster. He didn't want to give up his Twitch and streaming stuff. So they parted ways. And then some months later, he popped up in AEW. And it was Murder, She Wrote. She said that was so crazy. It was the Tejana bomb because Io went for a Hurricane Rana and then she countered. I promise you she power bombed her. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then we got we go to Pride NXT. Yeah. You see they only did one and Triple H said, give me that motherfucking PLE. I don't know what the hell you doing down there. Give it to me. Or I punch you in your shit. Fucking up War Games with this bullshit. So we had Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray, Raquel Gonzalez, and Cora Jade facing off against Toxic Attraction and Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and Dakota Kai. They went to war. It was a terrible War Games because Mandy acted like she didn't know how to fight when she got in there. Gigi and JC Jane were trying to make the best of it, and then you had Dakota. It sucked. The men's wasn't no better. You had Team 2.0, which was Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Tony D'Angelo, and Grayson Waller going up against Team Black and Gold. Basically, the fucking OGs of NXT who have been in War Games lost. And I was just like, I was like, what are we doing? I get it. It's a pass of the torch moment for you, but bitch, do that on your own time. Like, not in fucking War Games, bitch. No. She said, I was like, who's smoking cracker back there? Somebody. And that was the last time NXT went to war, at least properly. Is he even still doing that shit? I don't know. He came back so fine. Oh my God. Such a weird time. Child, we done been through the ringer. That was a fun War Games. We should rewatch that one as a group. And that was wild because all he had to do was wait and still could have been doing it like everybody else. I was
just wait a little bit.
What is wrong with y'all?
Because literally like 4 months after he left, they was like, all right, y'all got it.
Right.
Because Xavier's YouTube channel picked up.
Yes.
And that's what made him like, you know what?
Let's switch this around. Yeah. And then they changed it so that they could have their stuff. Mm-hmm. But by then, Cole was gone. He was like, fuck that. Ugh. And now he's out and don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle again. Because he kept getting concussed, I believe. And they say it's concussions. But again, like, I've seen them say, like, they can't wrestle anymore. Said that about Daniel Bryan and He not only wrestled again in the E, but he also ended up going on to wrestle in New Japan and in AEW and officially like retired. You know what I'm saying? So like I say never. Get on a Zoom like the old days. People ain't know they spats in the women's, and I was like, they spots in the women's, and I was like, He was like, we can FaceTime. Damn. Yes, Android has FaceTime now, you petty bitches. 2.0 War Games was so ass. Oh my God. It was terrible. It was terrible. Just goofy. Cole was gone and locked down in the contract. It's unfortunate. I hate that for Adam Cole because he would be fucking money right now in WWE, especially now that Seth's gone. Now that Seth's gone and down with an injury, like you low key, and this is no shade to Seth, you low key could have replaced him with Adam Cole if Adam Cole was clear, and that shit would take off. With the vision with Adam Cole as the front man.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong, chat? Am I wrong? I'm just saying that shit would have ate. That shit would have ate down, especially having Seth and Cole go at it. Especially with Adam Cole, like you the old and I'm in the new. You gotta move over, bitch. That shit would have ate down. Fuck out of here. She said, I'm so mad his ass should have waited like Candice and Gargano. Yeah. He would have been a good spot filler. Adam Cole would have ate the vision, wouldn't he? Like that shit would have just worked. It would have worked. Damn Zooms. Them damn Zooms was lit. They was. We had to have Zooms though, because times was rough and people was going through it. And I was like, I got to do something for them. I don't know who suggested we get on the Zoom and talk. It was one time where it was right after that K-Love shit that we started doing the Zooms. And then I remember somebody was requesting it. Was it Marjorie? Or like every time something dramatic happened, like something happened and we needed to vent, they was like, hey, can we do the Zoom? And I'm like, yeah, I got you. That was how we did it every single time. That's how we caught that cat. Get it. It was one of them. Yeah, it was. And him turning on Undisputed Era, girl. Oh, it would have been so good. It would have been so good. Oh my God. And then what you could have done is had Carmelo start a little, you could have had Carmelo Hayes start a little group, right? And then after some time had went by, you let the division dominate, for like a year or two. Let Carmelo start, getting to the top. He start his little group. You pull in Trick, you pull up Javon Evans. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Let me cook a little bit. You pull up Javon Evans, okay? And it's either Javon or you get Tyson and Tyreek. They don't need to be nobody that's like doing nothing crazy. It's either Tyson and Tyreek or you get OTM to flank them. Nigga. Tell me I'm wrong, though. If I'm wrong, make the team better. Make the team better if I'm wrong.
Make my savage better.
Tell me I'm wrong. It was Marcus or Janae. It was one of them. I want to say it was Marjorie, though. I only been in y'all Zoom one time, and I had a great time. See, I love that for you, Quan. Oh my God, we watched that 365 movie on there. Yes! It was Nicole's fault, by the way. That was all Nicole. She made us watch it. She made us watch it. Yeah, we caught her in it. Yeah, we caught her. Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say that. Yes. I'm telling y'all. And then you could have had a real War Games with some new people in it, fresh War Games. Adam Cole leading the vision, and then you put OTM with fucking Carmelo, and you add in Trick, and then you can add in Javon just for good measure. He ain't even got to stay. Just bring his ass in. Traditional 5-on-5 War Games. The game is over. You feel what I'm saying? You already putting Logan Paul's ass in there. You know what I'm saying? What else do you need? Not your favorite moment. I was lying on his dead grandma. Oh, God. Y'all act like the books you read ain't worse than that movie. Honestly. Yeah, but I don't have to. I can use my imagination. Okay? Use your imagination. Don't judge me. I'm grown enough to admit I like to read my books. Books are stimulating. I don't just read books about that. I read other books too. But I like some smut. Mind your business. And they can still ask Parker. I mean Jada. The things I do is worse than that movie. The movie wasn't over the top. It was just shocking to see it on Netflix. That's what it was. Because essentially what it was soft corn. Okay. But like we was just shocked that this shit was on Netflix and that anybody could be watching it. If your kid don't have a kid account, you could definitely see it. You see what I'm saying? Plus, it was all over TikTok. It was all over TikTok, y'all. He said at the time they were not, but by now, you right. You right. You be reading my book. I read more than your book too. I like to read nonfiction. I do like to keep myself in the know. There's some books out there, really, especially when it comes to some of these politicians and shit. Them autobiographies, the craziness that you will read in them books will really shape how you will feel about people before you vote. That's what I'm saying. Reading is fundamental. It really is. But War Games has had a storied history, and it seems that history is continuing. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to erase my bias for this War Games, and I'm just going to look at it and say, okay, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a fun time. And that's where we're going to leave it. We're not going to judge. We're not going to judge. We're going to just take it as a good show and leave it at that. That's what we're going to do. Because that lady also he has Stockholm syndrome. Right? Right? Like she had been kidnapped. She had been fighting to leave. And then she just basically, and then you gotta remember, like, she low-key had got abused emotionally by her boyfriend. He didn't want to sleep with her. And then, like, she would be sleeping with herself. Covering up her mouth in the back room while she trying to get her rocks off and shit. That shit was crazy. But it wasn't the movie that was crazy. It was the fact that they put something like that on fucking Netflix. And I didn't watch the second one. I don't have the brain cells to watch the second one. I can't do it. I heard it was stupid and that he had an evil twin. I'm like, what is this? I can't do it. I can't bring myself to watch it. But anyways, goddamn, we did some shit. But hey, it kept our shit together. It kept us mentally straight. Stu, you still child? You done got because you done been indoctrinated into the family now, Stu. Now you know everything, baby. Welcome, welcome, dude. Towards the end, I was like, yo, this ain't right, right, girl. It was very much enemies to lovers type of trope in that storybook, and then you got the second one that came out, and it's just not worth it. It was just I didn't know Netflix got out like this. I'm like, I thought it was a streaming service for for the corn. I thought that was on the internet already. Shit, like you know what's crazy? If you can watch corn for free, but everything else you got to pay for, ain't that enough? You can watch corn for free.
Yeah, you watch it for free.
You can watch corn for free, but you got to pay for everything else that streams. Everything. God damn. Ain't that crazy?
But that lets you know how society's looking for it.
But they demonized it.
Yeah, but they also watching it.
Nigga. But if high key
and they paying for it.
Right. Yeah, because he released her and she said no. And came back. Child, I'm gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to talk about this on Wednesday because I'll be up all night. Listen, I appreciate y'all for sticking around. I'm gonna get on out of here. And we'll talk more about OG days on Wednesday. Now, if y'all watch AEW on Wednesdays, totally fine. You can watch AEW and still come in here and listen to us rant and rave. Everybody usually come in here on Wednesday, so we gonna chill. Who gonna be on there? Oh, they gonna have Yvette. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Oh, thank you, Stu. Thank you, sweetheart. Sugar love. Appreciate you. Anyways, thank y'all so much for coming in here, listening to me rant and rave. I appreciate y'all. I will do a story time recap for the War Games this year and give y'all all the backstories for it over on our podcast for Down for the Count, so y'all can catch up to what's been happening with these storylines leading into War Games. I think it'll be easier to explain it if I do a storyline recap for you because I haven't done it in a while and I'm feeling very, very, I'm feeling, inspired to tell a story and I'm gonna do it my way. So if y'all want to hear a storyline recap, it is coming. It's going to be over on our podcast page, which is Down for the Count. I probably will do the podcast with the girls tomorrow. There's a couple of topics we got to talk about, like Tori Wilson just had a baby. Congratulations to you, Tori Wilson. Somebody else is pregnant. Lana's pregnant. Lana is pregnant. Rusev and Lana are getting ready to have a baby.
They got back together?
Yeah, they've been back together for a while. Lana and Rusev are getting ready to have a baby. We just learned that I believe her name is Rebby. She used to roll heavy with Dr. Britt Baker in AEW. She has cancer. She put a video out on Instagram today. It went out on all her socials today. So you guys we'll talk about that. And there'll be a few other things we're going to discuss. So y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming over here. I love y'all to death so much. And then on Wednesday, we're going to talk about NXT Gold Rush. And then we're going to talk about the OG days of the family. So some of y'all who are noobs can get indoctrinated into the mess. Because some of y'all don't know the tea. And I had to tell y'all the tea about how this little family and this little channel really got started. Okay. So if you want to know all of that and so much more that's going on with wrestling, come back over here on Wednesday. We go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. And we just chit chat about wrestling, life, and whatever y'all want to talk about. Love y'all to death. I'll see y'all then. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.